Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Arcadian Network. It is me, Arcadian95, and welcome to the first ever episode here to be broadcasted on the Arcadian Network channel. It is pretty insane to think that I'm actually finally doing this. Something that I've wanted to do for a very long time is gaming and streaming. Now, this is not something I'll be doing by myself. This is something I'll be doing with a lot of friends and basically people who I've been gaming with for a long time. People old and new who I've been basically gaming with for a very, very long time, which is pretty awesome. So as you can probably tell by the title, the game we're going to be covering first is WWE 2K18. Now, wrestling is something that's been close to me for a very long time. I've been a fan of wrestling for a very long time. I've even become a professional wrestler, which is pretty insane to think. But yeah, and what I'm going to be doing on 2K18 is I'll be creating my own universe mode. Basically, I attempted to do that before. I had a previous save file on my Xbox. I had quite a few wrestlers made, downloaded from the community creations, and yeah, it was going pretty well. I even started universe mode, and for some reason, my Xbox thought it would be a good idea to overwrite the save files and basically start again from scratch. Xbox. Yay! So yeah, what I thought would be a good idea is instead of doing it all again from scratch, basically by myself with no one else, I'm going to be doing it from scratch, but I'm going to be recording all of my progress throughout. So basically the first few episodes is going to be me creating the wrestlers that I had created beforehand, creating the arenas, and possibly downloading some championship belts and superstars from the community creations. Before I do continue, I want to have a massive shout out to Goooooood, absolutely amazing name there by the way, for that logo that you've just seen me download from the community creations. This is something that I'm going to be using on 3 of my custom wrestlers. Basically, the plan that I've got for this is I'm going to create a tag team, a faction known as the British Havoc. And basically the logo I've downloaded is something that I'm going to be using on gear, which, you know, is something that I thought would be a good idea. And so yeah, the first superstar I'm going to create is a wrestler who's got absolutely, like, he's not real as far as I'm aware. If he is, then, you know, fair enough. But the wrestler is Zach Young. He's not really based off anyone. I know when I originally, like, created him, basically the idea that I wanted to have was to have a wrestler, a cruiserweight, have, like, long hair with multicolored, which, you know, why not? You know, you're standing out, it's a bit different. So yeah, as you can see throughout this video, I'm basically just going to be creating him, which is pretty awesome. There is something else as well that I forgot to do on this video, which, you know, is me. I forgot to download another image that I needed for the gear. And you don't actually see me download that image, you don't see me put on that gear, on the image on the gear, sorry. But I will be showing you screenshots of the final wrestler, created with the image on the gear. And that image was uploaded by someone called MHX Cyclops. Once again, another amazing name, and massive credit to you for doing this. Because basically, you know, the 2 images that I've used are images that I've used on my gear for the 3 wrestlers that I'm going to put in this tag team. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just messing about with the weight and height of the wrestler. I think the second time I created this wrestler, it came out a lot better than the first time. Because the first time I created, I didn't have an idea. Like, I didn't have an idea on how I wanted them to look, on anything really. Whereas this time around when I done it, I had a rough idea from when I created them before, which, you know, is helpful because, you know, it's memory. But I'm happy with the way the wrestler turned out the second time, because I feel that he looks more like the way I wanted him to look the first time, instead of he actually did the first time, so that's quite handy. So yeah, just kind of a little bit on what we're going to be doing here on 2K18. So like I've said previously, we're going to be creating superstars in the first few episodes. We're going to be creating the arena. That is going to be Impact Wrestling. I'm going to be creating and editing the universe mode, so I'm going to be taking off all WWE events. I'm going to be taking off all the pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and all of them, and putting in Impact Wrestling. As well as this, I'm also going to be creating Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. which is going to be insane because it's something that is going to be fun. And basically, I'm really customizing my own universe mode by doing this. So yeah, but that's going to be in the up and coming episodes, as you will see. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just messing around with the superstar's hair. This is the hairstyle I went with the last time because of the fact it's got two colours, which is pretty awesome. See, I think the last time I created this superstar, I had more of a blonde where the black is, and I think where the blonde is, I had blue. I can't actually remember, like, fully remember. I've gone back to blue there, as you can see. No, red? I think I'm sticking with the red. Yeah, I'm sticking with the red, which is pretty awesome because it just looks really nice. Oh, no, I've gone back to blue. No, I'm sticking with blue. I recorded this last night, and yeah, it was fun. Let's see how I'm messing about with the hair dye. And I'm sure I put this one as red. Yeah, I did. Which is different. So yeah, different's always good. Be different. If you're going to take anything from this video, be different. It's always good. So yes. We're going to be playing a lot of other games as well here on the Arcadia Network. I'm going to be trying to get a lot of friends on board for playing stuff like GTA, which is always good. Going to be looking to do stuff like, I don't know, The Sims on PC, Minecraft, you know, all sorts really. That's something that I think we'll play quite a bit of, and it's always good. And so yeah, it's always good. So as you can see here, I'm just messing about with the hair dye, getting the hair dye the way I want it. Always fun. So yes, over the next few episodes as well, what I might be doing off camera and off video is creating the movesets and entrances for the wrestlers that I'll be creating. Only because like it can be quite boring, you know, going over moves and doing entrances. So I'll be doing that possibly off camera. And basically once all these superstars are created, you know, all the movesets are done, victories, entrances, whatever, I will be uploading these to the community creation for you lot to download and play with on your own universe mode or whatever you use on WWE, which is, you know, completely your choice. So yeah, I'm just putting some more hair dye in there now on the front, more blonde. I think originally when I created this wrestler, I only had red and blue in, which, I mean, it worked fine, but when I created this wrestler again, I thought I'm going to add more in because, you know, like having more than two colours in, I think it's going to look good. It's going to make this wrestler stand out, and really, it's just going to be awesome, which is always good. So yeah. I think this superstar that I'm creating now, Zach Young, he's going to be my main character, although I am creating a tag team with him and another wrestler really, and like a manager, a female wrestler that we're going to be creating in. However, I know she's going to be my main female character, which is going to be pretty awesome because when I actually created these wrestlers, they turned out a lot better than I actually thought they were going to. And really, I've had a lot of fun creating these wrestlers, and I'm really looking forward on using them in universe mode once I create everything up. Yeah, pretty excited. And if you've made it this far in the episode, thank you very much. It really does mean a lot because this is literally my first ever episode, and it is pretty insane to think that I'm actually doing this. So yeah, if you guys or girls have any requests on games that you want to see us play at the network, drop it in the comments below. You know, it's always good to hear back from people who watch these videos because it's always good getting feedback, something that you think we may be able to improve on, or even just something that you want to see in universe mode on this game. You know, it's like, say if you want to see a custom superstar in, if you want to see someone from the community creations that you've got downloaded in, then just give us a shout, let them know, and we will download them and put them in, which would be fun. See, makeup is not something that I've really used on wrestlers, like, at all. So I kind of wanted to have a look, makeup more like the eyeliner and more like eye makeup on this wrestler, because I feel with the vibe I've got going with the bright colour hair, it feels something that, you know, you would have on this wrestler, which is awesome. The gear design I pretty much went for this tag team is just pretty much like black gear. But I've also went with like the British colours, like the red, white and blue, as you can probably tell by his hair already. So yeah, it's going to be good once it's all done. Looking forward to it. So yeah, as you can see here, I've just been going through, like, looking at tattoos. Didn't really want to put any tattoos on because I feel in 2K18 there's not really a lot of tattoo options. You know, I mean, not saying that they're bad, but like some of them, like, they're not really like a lot of options there for like tattoos. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But yeah. So pretty much the general vibe and feel that I went for these wrestlers that I've created, is to kind of basically stand out. You know, have bright, vibrant colours, both in hair, on gear, you know, and when I create the entrances, I'm going to be having like bright lights, pyro and all that. Just basically, it's going to make these wrestlers stand out, which is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward on advancing and getting the universe mode started off, really. It's going to be good. So as you can see here, I'm cycling through a load of gear that I wasn't sure really on what to have. Because I didn't want to kind of go with like the generic, like, tights or generic trunks. I kind of want to go with something that's a bit standy out. And if I remember right, I went with, I think these, yeah, I did go with these. Because something that I didn't realise you could actually do was change the colour of the belt. I thought the belt was just part of like the whole thing, which, you know, is pretty good. Because I can make everything stand out, which is, yeah. I think pretty much for all the gear that I've designed on all the wrestlers, I pretty much went for cloth. I'm not too sure why, to be honest. I just thought like cloth would be quite good for it. So as you can see, I'm now changing the colour. I think I put the belt as blue, yeah, or red, blue, one of them. And I know I made the actual main colour of the pants black because, like I say, it's gonna make the vibrant colours stand out on the hair, on the belt, on the boots, on the elbow pads and all that when I actually create them. So yeah, looking good. So yeah, once again, I'm now actually... Oh, this is when I realised that I didn't actually download the image that I needed to. And yeah, that was quite annoying because I couldn't create the full gear that I wanted to on camera. But you know, I mean, like, it happens. So yeah, I did actually do that off camera, and once again, that gear was created by MHX Cyclops. Massive thank you for you. Sorry that I didn't get in the video, but you know, it's my memory, it's not the best. Even though I did go on to Community Creations to download the first image, but you know, I remember creating this wrestler and I was a bit torn whether I wanted to have kick pads on or whether I actually wanted to have wrestling boots. And I went, in the end, with wrestling boots because when I saw the white boots on, it made everything for me stand out once again. I mean, you can make kick pads and all them stand out, which, you know, is good. But I think with the boots, you've kind of got more options because you can change the colour of the main boot, you can change the colour of the lace, you know, like the loops that the lace fit through, and the actual sole of the boot, which is, you know, really nice. So yeah, I think that's me pretty much done on the bottom half of Zach Young. Now going through the elbow pad and elbow pad options. Yeah, you tend to see, like, when wrestlers do wear elbow pads, they tend to be like solid black, or like, you know, like kind of solid one colour. Whereas something I went with this is two different colours to make basically the wrestler stand out once again. You know, matching the hair colour, going with the British theme like red, white and blue. Which is good. I think when I was looking, I knew roughly what I wanted on the wrist, like to have standard wrist tape, but I was kind of looking through different options to see if there was like, you know, like different styles of wrist tape or different lengths. And yeah, I think I just went with kind of like generic, like just white wrist tape. I can't actually remember now. I think I did. So, yeah. Yeah, I went with like generic white wrist tape. Oh no, changed my mind again. So yeah, once again, kind of choosing whether I want to just plain white, if I want to have colours. And I've decided to add colours into this, make them kind of stand out with the red elbow pad and the blue, like finger tape, which, you know, stands out. So like I mentioned previously, throughout different episodes, like not just of 2K18, but like as we go through different games, I will be bringing in different people to play these games with. And this is something that I'm actually excited for because one of my very close friends, his name's Joe. If you're watching, hi. If you're not, then, well, how dare you. But yeah, we've been a massive fan of wrestling and like a load of other games for a very long time. And doing like gameplays and sort of like speedruns through these games is something that we've both talked about a lot. And it's something that we've attempted to do before, but failed out quite badly, which, you know, you know, it's one of them things. But yeah, we're going to be having a go at that on the channel of a gaming series called Tomb Raider. Me personally, that's one of my favourite gaming franchises of all time. I was pretty much raised on Tomb Raider and Spyro really, but I think I played a lot more Tomb Raider than I did of Spyro. Even now, really, like I still play quite a bit of Tomb Raider and Spyro, which is pretty insane because it was a game that I was raised on as a child, and really, it was a game that I played a hell of a lot and still do, which is always fun. So yeah, I look forward on doing Tomb Raider game runs and speed runs with Joe, and you know, whoever else. So yeah, pretty excited as well. We're getting the Christmas tree up tonight, or rather, we're dressing the Christmas tree. We've had a lot of problems with our Christmas tree. First of all, the lights didn't work, and we spent a good an hour and a half trying to figure out what was wrong with them, and we still can't figure out what's wrong. So yeah, pretty excited to get the tree dressed tonight. This was actually recorded on the 3rd of December. So yeah, it's nearly Christmas. Woo! It's absolutely freezing here, mine. So I'm sitting here in my dinosaur onesie, slippers and everything. You know, as you do, as you do. So yeah, as you can see now, I've finally created this ring attire, and I'm about to create the entrance attire. I didn't really want to put a lot on the entrance attire because it's something that you're not going to see a lot of, obviously just on the entrance. So I think I'm just kind of like a standard jacket and the British Strong Style logo that I downloaded at the start of the video, I put on this jacket. And yeah, it's looking good. Looks good. So yeah, like I mentioned before, if there's any games that you want to see us do here on the network, drop it in comments below and let us know really, because the real idea for doing this, the Arcade Network, is to do videos for use. Like we've had a lot of gaming time, we've enjoyed all the gaming time, and like really this is something that we've wanted to do for quite a while. So yeah, any games you want to see us do, play, whatever, let us know in the comments, and we shall try our best to do them. And this is kind of like a massive introduction to the channel really, because like I said, this is our first ever episode, our first video, and it's pretty insane to think that's actually happening. So yeah. Also as well, if you've enjoyed this video and if you want to see more on what's going to happen throughout 2K18, throughout different gaming series that we're going to be covering, dropping a like on this video would be absolutely appreciated, like really would be appreciated. And if you enjoyed it that much as well, you can always subscribe. We'll be trying to upload videos as best as we can and as frequent as we can. So yeah, any single support that we can get from you guys and girls is really appreciated. Really is. Yeah, I think this feature, the switch mapping, is something a feature that I think 2K have used in the game only recently. I think it was introduced it last year. I could be wrong. I can't remember. But it's a really, really good feature because, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware, when you stretch an image beyond belief, it blurred and it pixelated really bad. Whereas if you switch mapping, it actually just creates that whole style on the image, on the actual material or gear, whatever you're using it on. So yeah, I've pretty much finished creating Zach Young here. Obviously, apart from the image on the gear, on his bottoms, which is annoying, but I will be showing you screenshots of him with the actual final thing on. So yeah, here we go. I'm just going to go through some of my personal information, like his name, like where he's from. All the wrestlers that I'm going to create, well, the first three, I'm going to create from England because I am actually from like UK myself, from the northeast. Which, you know, woo! If anyone's from the northeast, hi. It's probably cold where you are. It always is. If it's not, then you're lying. Just creating Zach Young now.
Young Zach Young.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I wanted him to look originally. And like I said, I feel that when it came out the second time, when I created this one, it came out a lot better than originally. Definitely for Zach Young. Whereas I think the next one, in the next episode, I want him creating his tag team partner. And I didn't feel he came out as good the second time as he did the first time. But I'm going to stick with him. It's possibly something we can look at in a future video. Is like editing them, possibly creating a new set of attire. Yeah. I want to have 3-4 wrestlers that I'm going to be creating as like cruiserweights, someone who's more high flying, someone who can do like top rope dives and going over the top rope. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward on this series. So like I said, when I actually done the universe mode originally, I got some superstars from the WWE. I downloaded a lot of like superstars from the community creations that use a lot of created. So once again, much appreciated and thank you for that. And yeah, it's going to be a fun experience. I'm really, really, really looking forward to doing this. I think there's another feature that 2K have added, which is absolutely brilliant. The entrance screen pose. I think whereas at one point it was kind of generic, you couldn't really change it. Whereas this one you can change how the stand, you know, the eyes, the fingers, which is amazing because it really, really, really adds character to that wrestler and it just makes them completely stand out. Which, you know, it's in wrestling that is amazing. I'm cycling through pretty much all of the entrance poses here, menu screen poses, sorry. Couldn't decide which one I wanted to go with for this one. So yeah, this will eventually be a Let's Play series where I will be going through universe mode. But the first few episodes, I want to record creating the wrestlers in the arenas because I basically wanted to make you lot feel as part of the series from the very, very beginning as much as possible, really, because yeah, it's like it's good to kind of feel a part of it, and if you can literally see the creation of these wrestlers from the start, then you know it's kind of going to be amazing, like proper sentimental, seeing them grow, winning championships, going to pay-per-views, which yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So angry there. Done a lot of work with the entrance poses here, especially with the faces. So yeah, overall I was quite happy with how well this superstar had came out. So as you can see, just going through the last of it. I don't know why I went back to body. Really not sure why I done that, but yeah, can't remember. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of this first episode of our Let's Play on 2K18. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, and basically we're going to be uploading videos as much as we possibly can. We're going to be kicking off this series quite well, be uploading quite a few episodes in one batch, which is always handy. So yes, I think that is pretty much time for the first episode, like I've just said. Please join us again on the next episode, where we will be creating Zach Young's tag team partner. And yeah, we'll be progressing forward from there, which I am looking forward on doing. Regressing forward from there, starting off universe mode, getting the arenas created, downloading whatever comes from the community creations. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.